Hello, everyone. Welcome to Next Level Humanity podcast. I have a very special guest, Jesus. Dear Jesus, he's a friend of mine and also a student. He's a serial entrepreneur, just like me. Dear Jesus Agudo. And I have some great news for you guys. I am now in the top 50 winners of Woman in Tech 2025 campaign of Tech Round UK. I am the 33rd of the winners. So I'm the 33rd of women founders, tech founders, celebrating startups revolutionizing sectors across Europe and UK, which is amazing, which was a surprise for me. And yeah, so Jesus, are you here? Are you joining
Yes.
us?
Hello.
Here he is.
Listen,
Hello.
congratulations.
Yeah, it was a
Hello.
surprise for me too.
Well
Yeah, I
done.
just I just got it today. I think they just applied it and they nominated me without me knowing about it. And now I hear that I'm the 33rd of the top 50 female tech entrepreneurs.
Why I'm
And
not
I
surprised.
texted that to my co-founders and they were like, "You're gonna be number one." Yeah, okay.
Well done.
Welcome, Jesus. So today
Thank
it's all about
you.
you. You
Oh,
are
thank you
also
so much.
yeah, I just, by the way, I just came home. I was at a very special dinner event, which was a private early dinner event with some investors, with some capital firms, big guys and big names and big chats about where the economy is going and what's going to happen next and what's going to happen with UK and Europe and all that, stuff. There were a couple of lords as well with us. Yeah, it was a big event, like big guys. Yeah, Jesus. So it's all about you today. You're in our business mastery program at Nevşah Institute. Nevşah Institute is NevCap's sister company, educational company. We have startups we help in NevCap, and we have business leaders and entrepreneurs we support in Nevşah Institute in the business mastery program. So if you could start by introducing yourself, maybe Jesus, and then where you are and how did you literally end up with being an entrepreneur?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for the welcome. So, my name is Jesus Agudo. I am a branding and marketing strategist. I have, I think, over 10 years of experience in the industry. And I work from a very kind of a tiny little startup to a really worldwide renowned brands from all the sides in the client as well on the agency side. And I specialize in brand partnerships. And as I said, I've done partnership with so many individuals all around the world, from Mattel, Heineken, Nokia Mobile, Sony Entertainment. Like, honestly, I'm the man who knows how to put people together. And obviously, as a branding and strategist, I've built hundreds of brands over the years. But the one that I'm really proud is my own personal one. I started, my journey in social media back in 2010. Oh my God, it's very much when social media really began.
Blessings. Yeah, I remember those
Well, very
days.
much. And yeah,
Blessings.
that's the true blessing, exactly. But I began, quite early around, as a model. As you know, my brand shiftly changed. When I moved to London, became more kind of a lifestyle industry, and very much, my brand has truly changed, on the wellness space, since the last few years when I got really dedicated, to mindfulness, yoga, and all the transformative ways, that the world has, but it's up to you to get to know. And yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. I think life is a true blessing, and that is how actually I brand my business. Many years ago, I actually, when I decided to start my own venture, a few years ago, I said, like, what's the best thing that you can give or receive? And I said, a blessing. It is, right?
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, it
and
is.
that's
Yeah.
how I
Yeah.
came up with the name, and that's where we are all about. So, I guess that's me in a nutshell.
Yeah. And now you're with the Business Mastery Program. I know that you're into some deep work and you love deep work. And I remember the days when you were in India doing some deep work on your own self mastery, discovering yourself, who you are on a spiritual, deep spiritual journey. It kind of like feels for me that you're now on that same level of depth in your journey, but you're diving deep into your business strategy and who you are in the business world as an entrepreneur. What's your mission? What your values are, who are you, and what are your gifts and your talents. And so I'd love to hear, because kind of like being the mother of Nevşah Institute curriculum and also the business mastery program, I'm usually very interested in hearing the stories of entrepreneurs, especially the entrepreneurs that follow our business mastery program and strategy and go deep into their spiritual journey, combining that spiritual mission with their truth, with their business. So we're kind of like, you probably noticed that Nevşah Institute's business mastery is kind of like very different than
Totally.
what's out there. It's a game changer. It's deep level of I think it's kind of like the level of depth spiritually and the level of depth in a kind of like humanitarian way is like very valuable and very different from what's out there, because at the end of the day, as Nevşah Institute, we are focused on human behavior and we are human behavior experts, and we know for certain that all humans are in the search of meaning, and only those who find their meaning and who connect with their mean are the lucky ones who create businesses with a clear mission. So if I were to ask you, like, where are you on that journey? And like, you probably already know, your mission and why you are here and your gifts, and give me some ideas.
What a question, gosh! You're 100% right, Nefsha. And I think this is very much like a life journey. You see a path towards whatever you're meant to do. And it is true. I think a lot of people really kind of tend to crack the business, trying to find a gap in the market, an opportunity. But I think what you really need to do is just to find what you are all about. I think when you really not only find the gap in the market, you only kind of have the gap in the universe, that is for you to fulfill, because that's your mission. I love what you just said earlier on, about bringing, a purpose to what we do, and, understanding who you are and your values. And that what it makes you special, different, and unique. We all have different things, we all have different gifts here in the world, but it is up to you to find them. And that requires inner work. And as you said, Nefsha, it hasn't kind of really started, um, kind of when I started the business mastery program, has started long back. I think when I really started to begin within is when you really start to get awake, to get a sense, of who you are, of there is something else, that you're meant to do. A part of all the amazing work that you can do, there is a problem, that you need to solve. There is someone that you need to help out there, and it's up to you to really unlock that power. And it takes time, and it's kind of a lifelong journey. But I actually found, with the very little that I have, in the business mastery, extremely helpful. I mean, who really get a chance to write a lifeline, about who you are, finding the patterns.
Yeah, the
And that's
lifeline is such a deep spiritual journey, right?
massive.
And
But
it's
it's just,
so effective in the business world.
well, because again, as I said, and as I began the conversation, is introducing yourself. You really have to know who you are. You really have to know what you're about. People get that right away. You cannot just land into a room. I think I want to do this. I want to do that. If you're up to something, you gotta know who you are at core. At center, and that exercise particularly was extremely. But I think as well, the value determination was extremely helpful too. I think you really have to know what are you thinking the most, what your things are around you. You really have to discover, what you are about. And I love the vision, of really working in meaning, as you said, of bringing meaning to the world, working in a meaning, because if you do that, it's not kind of a way of working, because that's what you're meant to do. So
Yeah,
so
and it
what
opens up so many doors.
all of them, I guess. You know what I mean? It's just, and when you are on that path, I guess all what happens, please correct me if I'm wrong, but you just becoming authentic, you just becoming yourself. And once
Yeah,
you
I
are
mean,
on that,
for me, yeah, I mean, for me, I think I find it very interesting that people, masses, usually don't see the combination of business and spirituality. It's like I don't understand how people can separate business from spirituality, because or wealth or money or the material world from spirituality, because at the end of the day we are all here for fulfillment, and we are all searching for meaning. And when we find that meaning, and when we find who we are, when we do deep spiritual work and find who we are, we kind of like tap into a path which is our unique path and our destined path. And that is the path that is going to attract huge wealth. That is
yeah,
the path that attracts opportunities. That is the path that just flows and opens up doors. And you're just this lucky individual. You're doing what you love. You're loving what you do. You're full of energy, high levels of serotonin and dopamine. You're literally killing it, enjoying it, and then you just have it all. And I don't understand how the business world just missed it. I mean, probably the why was because we exist. It's like why the business world doesn't see the importance of spirituality for success. The answer is because of us. It's like we exist because of that. We are here to
exactly.
change the game. We are here to tell them how you can do business in a more feminine way, I think in a more spiritual way, which is much more effective. And but I just don't understand how they could you know separated, and how people think they can just create businesses around what the market is missing. It's so
Yeah,
shallow, and there's no way you can be successful. It's like if you're creating a business just looking at the market and you're like, okay, this is what's missing in the market, and you're not soulfully interested in that problem, forget about it. Like startups, businesses, they're all going to fail. And 99% of startups and 99%
me
of
too.
businesses
Yeah,
fail because of a lack of inner mission,
and
because the
awareness. Yeah,
founders aren't clear about who they are and why they exist, like what's their role in life. And that needs deep spiritual work. And just congratulations, you're one of those masters, y- because
we're on it.
yeah, working on it. and
Yeah.
and you're doing all that spiritual work. It's a game changer.
And I love what you said, bringing that, feminine energy. I guess you have to balance that out a little bit, when it comes to really fully embrace the best of yourself. There's many factors involved on it, but it's true. I think you have to really come to core and understand that vision and connect with it, and I think that requires a lot of calmness, of inner work, of meditation, and but you need a specific action too, you know what I mean? So I guess that is a level, of both involved on
Yeah,
it. And again, it's
yeah,
just like a one's journey for you to find. But yeah, it's true. I think you cannot only guide, about taking actions a step, or it's just I'm gonna do this, and well, you go on it, and it's true, things get built, a lot of money gets invested, and all of a sudden it's just waffle around because
yeah,
you are not fully connected with the core, with the meaning to it. And I think it's wonderful that you're bringing this to the table. Again, it's very early days for me, Nevşah. It's just been just a few weeks, on the program, but it's been a very kind of eye-opening and heart-opening too. It's not easy to ask yourself these questions. And you really have to take your time, and be patient. You want to take your time, in this, and knowing that it is a worth investment. You see, nothing is really immediate. I love in one of the videos you
yeah,
mentioned, take 1 hour or two. You better take one day or two. I'm joking, but it is
yeah,
true. It takes some
yeah.
time.
And I mean, it's like the fact that business have been part of our lives since the day we are born is, I think, is something we need to deeply truly understand, because none of the areas in life have ever lacked. So we were in business the day we we were born. It's like the day we are born, we are in business and we are in the material world and we are doing business, maybe without knowing it and understanding that life journey and just asking yourself the question, okay, which business have you been in since birth? Because that is your core
Yeah.
business, that is your core talent. Like which business and what are the, like when you look at all the patterns, what are the patterns? And when you see those patterns, it's just life changing. Like for me, when I first did this exercise, the exercise of, seeing the patterns,
Yeah.
ups and downs, and where were you your whole life, what I saw was I was in the business of being on stage and shining like a star and performing. I remember when I was 3, 4 years old, I had dance clothes and I would dance in front of my family, in front of my friends. I was on stage since I have been on stage since I was 5 because I was doing ballet. I was on stage 6, 8 years. And then I was the captain of the volleyball team. I was on
Yeah, you know,
stage.
got
It's kind of
sports.
like I
Yeah,
have
yeah.
those, yeah, but
You've
sports,
been
but it's like in my journey, it
yeah,
wasn't like sports, just a sport player. Like I was the captain of the
yeah,
team. Or for example, when or I was kind of like head of this in high school, or
yeah,
I was on stage and I was head of this ballet club, so it was kind of like me performing. And the moment I saw that pattern and how I was in the business of performing, things started changing for me because I decided, for example, I decided to not to
make a business of
join
it.
any, I mean, it's kind of like I decided not to join any events I wasn't on
I will
stage.
host
It's
them.
like
I will be the one. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
would either be on stage or not be at an event. And that was kind of like big transformation for me. It's like understanding yourself deeply and your life story and seeing what business have you been in since childhood. Understanding that story makes the whole difference because that's what you got.
And you
If you
still do, girl?
and if
You're
you
hosting a
yeah, yeah,
podcast?
if you get it and then
Yeah,
transform it into your business, it's just this is just what's
yeah.
example. So what are you seeing in yourself and your talents
Mine
and
is a pure creation, girl. You know what
yes,
I
I
mean?
know.
Like since
Yes,
I've been, a
create.
child, I'm the one who makes things happen. And I do. I definitely, leadership. I'm the one who speak. I'm the one who definitely carry the boys. It gets listened. But I'm also the person who actually make other people create too. I am the one, and I
Yeah.
actually, on all the workshop and on my Patreon community that I run in London, I bring people to draw together, and it's so exciting to see people bringing the creative genius to the very unimaginable.
Mm,
And I love to do that, because it's something that I personally explore myself. I saw my life really transformed about bringing that inner child to thrive, and I love
mm,
making people connect with that too. So, and I saw, in many different areas of my life things happened with me when I was in high school. The same thing happened in a very different setting, when I was in university. The same thing happened, when I was in college. So, and the same happened, a few years ago when I was back in London. So I could see those patterns when I'm able to really heal people, and
yeah.
guide them toward the most authentic self. They did literally discover their creative genius, which I think is one of the best values that you can harness. Do you know what I mean? Because it's the
Yeah.
one that really makes you
Yeah.
different and powerful. So yeah, I agree. I think you really have to go back, and learn about what are the being the patterns along the
Yeah.
way that have show you, and not just that. Once you see that you're really special about, make a business of it. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah.
when you really get to know, and that's when you really get to pay handsomely, and wealth really comes, that's when you really are able to unfold this kind of abundance within you, because it
Yeah,
is
because
around
no one has your unique gifts.
is you.
No one
Exactly.
else. It's
You
just you
said
have.
it. You said
Yeah, and
it.
you find that
And
it's kind of like you find your uniqueness.
you
So
do.
your uniqueness lies in the creativity, and I
It
think
is, of
penetrating,
course.
penetrating creativity, like really pushing people into being creative and
Yeah.
taking
And
that creativity, that colorfulness out of
and
Yeah,
tapping
yeah.
into intuition. I think this is
Mm,
something that also the wellness work that I do, now my coaching really comes along because I mean you can have a great ideas, but if you don't really believe them, I think there is a lot of intuition work to be done. When you
yeah,
are a
yeah,
genius, you really have to believe what you think and what you do, no matter
yeah,
whatever it is. So I think combining those two is kind of a really feel like it really sets my craft apart, because I definitely bring those touch points, to a person the moment they see it. And I see it on my classes all the time. Nevsha, I teach, I'm a
yeah,
breathwork
yeah.
teacher as well. And I've saw so many transformative people come into my life. They
I'm
change their
sure.
lives. They come in struggling, because oh, something happened with work or something with my husband or whatever drama happens, something like that. The moment they tapped into that little creative genius, they glow. Their life change, And honestly, I think that is a true blessing that I think I can definitely
Yeah.
bring to the world.
So how will, I mean, what's your vision for blessing? What's like, how can blessing
You
do
know
that?
what?
What's your
Change
vision?
humanity. Change
Yeah.
humanity.
Yeah, I know.
Same to you.
That's
I
the
think
thing.
we're on the next level.
Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
think that's where I'm here sharing this with you, Nevşah. I think I don't believe in a coincidence. I think we know each other for many years now. So it is exciting to see how our paths, came crossing. And
Yeah.
a few months ago, when you approached me, and we got along, and I felt, what, this is great. And I remember I went to your event. Remember the one that you did in London? It was fantastic. It was such an
Yeah. It was a nice
inspirational
day. Yeah.
day, and I'm pretty sure everybody knows very well, about all your events that you do. But if anybody is in London, come please, because they are extremely transformative. I was there and it was like, without a doubt, sign up, But it's true. I think, we're definitely on a mission to bring awareness to people, the same awareness that I went through myself. I help others to do it because I've been there and I'm on it. It's not like I'm just some kind of I read, I'm on it, and I really want to bring people along with me, in this journey. And it is worth, and
Yeah.
it takes time, and you can unlock things that might not be easy but definitely worth it. and
Yeah.
and again, the power really lies within. There's nothing you really want to change outside if it's not really changed within. So, and that took me some
Yeah.
time to learn, and thank you for you, because you've been part of the journey to do so. So, but
Yeah,
that's definitely
now it's time to, I mean, once you understand in depth your mission and who you are, your talents, I think the next step is just like you said, building a business around it or rebuilding your business around it, because you already have a business and you already
true.
have a community, and you're kind of like rebuilding the business and you're recreating what you have.
And as
And
I
I'm
mentioned,
really eager to see what's gonna happen, like product wise, and I'm just so eager.
well, we are already, on the making. There's a few things shaping up that I will introduce soon, But for the moment, and as said earlier on the call, one of the best things that I've learned about having, a public brand, it is that, whatever you do, people get involved, people love you, people follow you, and people buying into you because you definitely put in something authentic, no matter whatever it is. Like Nevsha, I have thousands of followers, many different people all around the world, and it is so amazing to see comments still from people that messaged me in 2009, and they're still there. And it's so exciting to see, how people genuinely, care about you. And again, what I'm trying to do is just to focus what is the best that I can bring to the world. And it's just said it. And things keep changing, isn't it? I think us, the humans, continue evolving and becoming a better person of ourselves. But I think right now I'm into something, and I can't wait to share it with everybody. It's exciting. Hello. Hello.
Hello. Yeah, I think it was me. I
No
don't know what
problem.
happened.
Well,
Maybe it's my internet or
it's okay.
London. And now I'm not going to name the company we have now, but we're moving houses, as you know, I told you. And we
Yes.
are
How's it
actually
going? Okay.
moving.
I hope it goes smoothly.
Yeah, it did actually. I mean, usually moving houses and, purchasing houses or this and that, it takes a lot of time here in UK. But it's somehow it just flew. I mean, it's just flowing, and yeah,
Amen.
we are moving. We were planning of moving a couple of weeks ago, but now we're moving as of Monday.
Wow, we're
Just
best of
two
luck with that.
days. Yeah, 2 3 days,
I'm
and
sure it's gonna be
yeah,
fabulous. So we will. I'm,
yeah.
I'm at the moment in Spain, in Ibiza, but when
Uh
I'm
huh.
back, I will go do a little housewarming to your place.
Yes, yeah, yeah. So our next event, by the way, with NevCap will be mid-May, because as
Mhm.
you know, I'm working on a comedy show right now, and I have
Yeah, I
my first.
saw.
Yeah, it's in Turkish, and I think in a year it's going to be in English,
Okay,
and we will have it in Leicester Square Theatre. The first one on 26th of April, and then the
fabulous.
second one is
Yes.
Zorlu PSM PMS in Istanbul, and I'm
Hmm.
getting ready for them. I have rehearsals almost 3 times, 4 times every week. Yeah, really working hard. It's just gonna be a yeah.
Amazing. A
We're
show is
killing it.
yes, that's it. I think you're a showgirl, and I can't wait to see it. It's gonna
Yeah,
be so
it's fun.
so.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah.
In theater, we can't use underlines, so
Yeah, if you
you'll
get
have to
messed
wait
up, you
for the
can
English
always
version.
cut out there. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so Jesus, thank you very much, and I'm really eager to see, what's gonna come up after the business mastery. You're already very clearly, very clear on your mission. You're connecting deeper and deeper in, to your talents. Yeah, let's do another podcast when things are ready and you have the products.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
100%.
in
And
a couple
if
of
I, if I
months.
may, before I go, I would love to tell everybody, that, blessings is here to change the world. And, I'm looking forward actually to working with you, Nepsha, along the way to really make sure, my products are really here for good. And again, we're working hard to making sure, we're definitely helping people. That's our mission. We really want
Yeah,
to
I
bring
see.
awareness to experience. And again, that's all what I'm trying to do, bring a little blessings from Jesus.
Lovely. Yeah. I'm
Thank you.
looking so forward to our next podcast, and I'm looking so forward to hearing about your
Let's do it.
products
Yeah,
and
amazing.
your company more.
Yeah, okay. Well, listen, thank you so much for having me,
Thank
Nevsha.
you too. Thanks, Jesus. It was
Pleasure.
lovely. And I believe our listeners and whoever is watching us on YouTube Live right now, they enjoyed it as much as I did. Take
Yes.
care, and I'll see
Thank
you
you.
soon.
Bye bye. Bye,
Bye,
guys.
baby.
See ya.
Bye.
See ya.
Okay, everyone. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode.